Hey there, it's me Eden. Welcome to Crossdressing Adventure Stories. Today I'm going to share with you cross-dressing adventure story called Wife Feminized Ungrateful Husband, Part 5. So, if you're new to the channel, then please consider subscribing and please support my work and buy me a coffee worth $1 only. Support link in the pinned comment, thanks. Who knows, maybe it did. And now maybe you have a little better appreciation from a girl's perspective and feelings. That's part of the problem, Karen. I think I already do know the feelings, and I think I'm beginning to really enjoy looking like a girl, at least at home, and yet I'm not one and you don't seem to be doing anything to discourage me. Joey, honey, if you are happier, why would I want to discourage you from being happy and apparently healthier? That's not the way marriage works. All of our bodies change over the years anyway. Yours is just making some rather more interesting adjustments. I don't think I'll mind unless you turn out prettier than I am. I don't understand these changes, Karen. When I see a pretty girl, I can't seem to think of what she'd be like in bed anymore, but how she manages to look so good and what I could do to look more like her. What brand of foundation does she use? How does she get her eyeliner to look like that, you know? My body is changing. My mind is changing and I'm liking the changes. Want to work on that jealousy problem? She asked. What do you mean? Sit, as she pointed to the vanity bench. And she very quickly filled in his brows, mascared his eyes, put a little blusher on correctly as well as a little eyeliner. Wow. Still jealous? Not as much was all Joey could manage. Show me how to do that. Sure. What followed was a rather basic lesson in the theory and application of makeup, and Joey was a very rapt student. Heaven help me, Karen. If it means peace and love in this house, what the hell? And all right, I admit that the silks and satin are a turn on to me now, even though I seem to be having a little problem between my legs. Actually, more than a little. I seem to not only be having difficulty, but I think they're getting smaller too. Maybe I'm just acquiring an appreciation for the finer things in life, and he laughed a little, nervous laugh. And I know that my new chest would be more comfortable with the right-sized bra supporting me. That damn sports bra feels like a choke collar around my boobs. My boobs. Jeez. I'm going to have to start really binding myself for work. And you don't mind me having these? Not really. I get pleasure from them too, you know, and I don't think you are growing either, judging by your sister. Oh, great. Just the other day, one of the girls complimented me on my creamy complexion and my hair and told me I'd look cuter with some dangle earrings and a pretty blouse. It's a good thing we don't have a bunch of friendly neighbors dropping in. I'm not used to jiggling when I walk and sure don't want that to show through my shirt now, do I? I mean, it's not like I'm going around in a dress and heels and actually wanting a bra to make me look more shapely to enhance my figure, is it? Not yet, Joey, but you really can't appreciate the real situation we girls are in until you've walked all day in 3-inch heels on a hard floor with a C or D cup bouncing along out there like I do. What do you mean, not yet? Oh, never mind. Yes, I mind, because I am becoming convinced I'm going to find out. I am going to find out, aren't I? Maybe, hon, maybe. All right. Probably. It's in your genes and nobody can predict where you will stop. And, now that you mention it, that is one of the things that turns me on too, he said. What's that? You know, the jiggle, the hips, the high-heeled pumps. Which one? Golly, Karen. Why'd you have to ask me that? Well, all of them. The whole girl thing. The walk, the talk, the clothes. So you admire nice breasts, nylons and pretty shoes and our little wiggle. What's wrong with that? I thought all men appreciated those things. It's one of the reasons we do it, to attract them. Swell. Now I'm coveting clothing and actions that attract men. Just wonderful. You're right, I guess, except, well, I have a little confession to make. Lately I've been dreaming about a girl dressed like you look when we go out. You know, sexy. She has a nice trim figure and is always in a clingy dress with her hair nicely done and pretty heels. I see her down at the mall, but when she turns around to look at me, it's a girl version of me. I never figured on needing, wanting or having the breasts or hips or the pretty clothes or shoes. The last time I had that dream, she was wearing a black dress with a scoop neck with a red shoulder bag, red belt and beautiful red pumps with ankle straps, and they must have been 4-inch heels. And I was jealous, Karen. I was jealous, he said again as though he couldn't believe it the first time he said it and rested his head in his hands and he trembled a little. He was on the verge of crying and strangely unashamed of his emotions. And last time I walked through Kmart, without even realizing it, I found myself checking out the women's shoes in the size 8 aisle. Actually, those mules and pumps are an 8.5 Han, she casually remarked. I just love how they make your feet look so feminine and pretty, Karen. And now I find myself thinking about how I want the same pretty feet for myself. Am I cracking up, Karen? Am I turning gay? Do you still want me as a wife? She asked. Yes, then you're not gay. Where are we going here? I don't know, Joey. Have you always felt this way about women's pretty lingerie, clothes and high heels? I'm not sure. I was never a jock, but I never thought of myself like I have been lately either. Anyway, I never figured I'd get the chance to find out, and now it looks like I'm not going to be able to avoid dealing with it, doesn't it? I mean, for heaven's sake, that girl at the mall turns me on, and I know it is really a feminine version of me dressed to the nines, and I get all kinds of fuzzy warm feelings about that. It's beginning to look that way, Joey, unless you'd rather we return to our bickering all the time, but don't despair. It's fun being a girl, and I have heard you remark about how humdrum and dull men's clothing is, haven't I? I sure can't deny that, he replied. Same old stuff every day, but you can't base your whole life on clothing. If you want the truth, Joey, I don't really have all that many girlfriends. I wouldn't mind having another one really handy, a helpmate here at home, she replied. Call her a sister or a wife. Yes, I could stand to have a wife. I think that would be fun, she giggled. She came home from the mall and found him in a pair of lounging PJs with hose and high-heeled evening sandals sitting in front of the TV reading Cosmo. Just what do you think you are doing, Joey? Reading. That's not what I meant, and you know it, Joanne. I really don't know. I just got the urge and it felt right. Are those my shoes? Well, no. I got them at famous brands. Really? Yes. I don't know what came over me. I just walked in, found this cute pair of sandals hoping they'd fit, 'cause you said I'd take an 8.5, paid for them and started to leave. My heart was thumping a mile a minute, so hard I thought the cashier could hear it, but the cashier never batted an eye. She probably never even looked up, Joanne. Yes, she did, and just smiled and said, "Thank you for shopping at famous brands," and then she added, "And think of us when you need another pair, but it's best to try on sale shoes, because you can't return those," and gave me a wink. "You can step into the back room for a moment and try them." I must have blushed 3 shades. I was lucky there was nobody behind me in line. It felt like she could see into my soul and knew exactly where my head was. She nailed me. That's all for now. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Oh yes, next part of this series will be published soon. So, please subscribe to my channel and please, support me worth $1 only. Link in the comment and description.